Welcome. Let's take a deep breath together. In and out. In this moment, right here, right now, we arrive. And as we do, we turn our attention to a question that many of us have likely faced at some point. How do we stay present when the present moment feels unbearable? Mindfulness teaches us again and again to return to the present. We hear this in meditation, in retreats, in the wisdom shared by teachers and communities like Plum Village. Let go of the past, they say. Release the future. The present is the only moment that is real. But what if the present moment holds pain, grief, fear? What if what we find when we arrive is not comfort, but suffering? There are times when we come back to the present and find something beautiful waiting for us. A breath of fresh air, a moment of stillness, the feeling of sunlight on our skin. Even in times of difficulty, these small, precious joys exist. Often, we don't notice them because our minds are busy elsewhere, caught in a loop of worry, rumination, or distraction. But when we do return, we may be surprised to find that there are so many conditions for happiness already here, waiting for us to recognize them. A single mindful breath can bring us back to a place of refuge. A simple step on the earth can remind us that we are grounded, supported, alive. But not every moment is like this. Sometimes, when we return to the present, what we encounter is not joy but pain. A wave of grief rising in the chest. The grip of anxiety tightening in the stomach. The weight of loneliness, of sorrow, of uncertainty. And when this happens, our first instinct is often to escape. To reach for something to distract us. A phone, a snack, a task, a conversation. We look for anything that will pull us away from discomfort. We scroll, we watch, we consume, hoping that, in doing so, we can push the suffering aside. Yet, as Plum Village reminds us, the paradox is this: escaping the present does not free us from suffering. It only delays the moment we must face it. And more than that, it prevents us from truly understanding and transforming the pain we carry. As difficult as it may seem, the only way to truly find peace is to return, to come back to this moment, even when it feels unbearable. But how? How do we meet suffering when every part of us wants to turn away? The answer lies in mindfulness itself. When we practice mindful breathing, mindful walking, or simply mindful awareness, we generate an energy of presence. This energy is not passive, it is active, powerful. It gives us the strength to acknowledge our pain without being consumed by it. To turn toward our suffering, not with fear, but with gentle curiosity. And in doing so, we can begin to hold it tenderly, as a mother holds a crying child. Imagine this: a difficult emotion rises up, perhaps anger, sadness, or fear. Instead of pushing it away, we say to ourselves, "I see you. I am here for you." We do not judge it. We do not reject it. We simply hold space for it, breathing in, breathing out. And in that space of mindful presence, something shifts. The pain does not disappear, but it softens. It is no longer an enemy, no longer something to be feared. It becomes something we can sit with, listen to, understand. And this understanding is powerful. Because when we begin to understand our suffering, we also begin to transform it. We see where it comes from, what it needs, how it can heal. And we are not alone in this. One of the greatest supports in facing suffering is community, the Sangha. When we practice mindfulness together, we are strengthened by the presence of others walking the same path. The collective energy of mindfulness, compassion, and understanding can carry us through even the heaviest moments. We are reminded that suffering is not something to be endured in isolation. Just as the Bodhisattva K letter 1E63 ITIGA RBH goes to the darkest places to bring light, we too can find strength in facing difficulty, especially when we do so with others. So when the present moment feels unbearable, let us remember, the invitation is not to run, but to turn gently toward it. With each mindful breath, each moment of awareness, we create the conditions for healing. We cultivate the courage to stay. And in staying, we discover that even suffering, when held with mindfulness and compassion, can begin to transform. So let's take one more breath together. In and out. No matter what this moment holds, we are here. And that is enough.